I'm sitting in Café Iruña, that legendary cafe where Hemingway used to drink and write. And it's just a very nice hangout by the big plaza in Pamplona. And I'm sitting here and thinking about an encounter I just had with Jeff from North Carolina. I was sitting on the big plaza earlier, Plaza del Castillo, and some guy comes up to me and chats me up and says, "Hey, I've seen your movies on YouTube." So we start a conversation and, talk about this and that. And he was on his way to Saint-Jean-Pied-de-Port to start his own Camino. So we talk about expectations and, ideals and assumptions about the Camino. And Jeff said, the only thing I expect of the Camino is that my feet will hurt, my legs will ache, and I'll get blisters. Everything else is open and optional. His words really struck a chord within me because they encapsulated the very essence of the Camino experience. A journey not defined by the destination, but by the unscripted moments that happen along the way. And in that simple statement, Jeff had managed to distill the wisdom that so many pilgrims discover through the long and sometimes transformative process of walking the Camino. And if I'm being honest, I also felt a little caught out because I can philosophize about the theory of the pilgrimage all I want, about being open to the experience and letting go of expectations. And yet, the very fact of me sitting there with an injured knee was the very result of expectations I've had and assumptions I had made. But the Camino had a pretty immediate way of dispensing of any of those. And it has made that very clear. So as I listened to Jeff share his simple and true perspective, I was, of course, reminded of the Taoist concept of Wei Wu Wei, the art of effortless action, or doing by not doing, of which the Camino is seemingly the living embodiment of. And I seem to have ignored that very thing that I think about so much, which is why I'm injured. It all makes sense, and it doesn't, but it's ironic, or whatever you want to call it. For many, the Camino de Santiago represents a quest for spiritual enlightenment or a physical challenge to be conquered, or a means of escaping the monotony of everyday life. And while all these motivations are certainly valid and often lead to profound personal growth, it's the unplanned moments that truly define the Camino experience. These are the moments that transcend the physical demands of the journey. They're kind of unexpected gifts and have nothing to do with a physical challenge. Because when you embark on the Camino, you're forced to confront the limitations of your own control and the humbling reality that the universe often has other plans, as I'm finding out right now. Blisters, aching muscles, injured knees, or bad weather conditions, they become constant and certain companions, reminding us that the path ahead is not ours to dictate. It's in this very surrender of control that the Camino's greatest gifts are found. By letting go of the need to plan, predict, and micromanage every step of the way, we open ourselves up to the serendipitous encounters, the unexpected discoveries, and the insights that can only arise when one is truly present and open to what the moment has to offer. And these lessons are not unique to the pilgrimage. These are old, timeless wisdoms of philosophers and mystics and sages across the ages and cultures. So, as I bid farewell to Jeff from North Carolina, and as I'm hopefully able to continue on my own Camino tomorrow, I couldn't help but feel a renewed sense of gratitude and wonder for the wisdom that this pilgrimage continues to offer. What are the odds that some guy on the internet sees the videos of some other guy on the internet and they run into each other in a big city in Spain and have a meaningful exchange? I didn't even take a picture of him. I didn't even take a picture of him or exchange emails. Very untypical of me. So I think Jeff was absolutely right. The only thing you can expect of the Camino is that your feet will hurt, your legs will ache, and that you'll get blisters. Everything else is open and optional. So Jeff, if you're out there and are able to hear this or not, one Camino, and you can be certain of all those things, like you said. And maybe many more things too.